Hasbrook, more controversy in Dolton. This time, it involves a well-known activist.
Tonight, our Dane Placco off the top with the bombshell details in a brand new lawsuit.
Andrew Holmes has been a familiar face in Chicago for years, well known for his work as a community activist helping crime victims and police. But now Holmes is being accused of a crime himself, sexual assault, in a civil lawsuit filed by a former employee of the village of Dolton and a Dolton police officer. In addition to his work as a community activist, Holmes serves as a trustee for the village of Dolton. The civil lawsuit against the village of Dolton, Thornton Township, Tiffany Henyard, and Holmes himself alleges that Holmes sexually assaulted a Dolton village employee, who we're not naming because of the nature of the alleged crime, while on a village business trip to Las Vegas in May of 2023. According to the lawsuit, the employee had drinks with Holmes, whom she thought of as an uncle, began to feel disoriented, then passed out in Holmes' hotel room. The lawsuit alleges Holmes then called Dolton police officer Byron Miles, who was on the trip as part of Mayor Tiffany Henyard's security detail. According to the lawsuit, quote, Holmes began describing a host of his exploits from the trip, many of a sexual nature, to Officer Miles. At some point during his rant, Trustee Holmes made reference to him engaging in sexual activities with a Dolton Thornton employee. And there was some suggestion that the employee may not have had the ability to consent and or did not provide consent. The lawsuit says Henyard then advised the employee that if the information got out, Henyard would be ruined and all of the work she had done would be lost.
What?
Despite assurances that Henyard and then Henyard's boyfriend would handle the situation, the lawsuit alleges the female employee was eventually fired by the village of Dolton.
What?
Officer Miles still works for Dolton, but alleges his duties were diminished and he faced retaliation at work.
Meanwhile,
We're here to help each other, not hurt each other. And it's a shame that I'm talking to my black and brown community.
here she go with the bull sugar honey iced tea again. Come on, lady. Stop that bullshit. Come on. You not even being there for another woman that's working under you, that need you. And to cover up your freaking goons, your goon squad, you just disregard everything that's happened to her. As another woman at that. And you want to start playing the race game, you better kick rocks with socks on. With that bull sugar honey iced tea, come on, Jack. This is trifling right here, bruh. Her and her boyfriend is handling things. What? Y'all some criminals, man. And y'all don't care about that lady being assaulted? And then you fire her? I'm talking to the screen. I'm talking to the screen as if she can hear me. I know you can't hear me, lady. I know you can't hear me. They booed her ass. That's what you get. Boo.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We have to go back out to Wakanda, okay? Because Wakanda does not seem to be the technological and advanced society that they told us that Wakanda would be, okay? And what I mean by Wakanda is no other than Thornton, Illinois, or Dolton, Illinois.
Just to add in, sorry to cut you off, brother. I'll let you play in a minute. But this is the gentleman, I believe, that stood up to take up for Tiffany Henyard when they were having the, what the heck was they having? Okay, he's about to break down what they was having, but they had a meeting where, the community was not invited, but they were welcomed to come out and ask any questions. I guess an open forum town hall of some sort where everyone was able to speak or something. But this guy right here was capping for Tiffany Henyard. Trying to come on now. We need to stop going at each other. We black. We need to stop going at other blacks. Bro, come on. We black. Relax.
Thornton is the township. I think that's the broader area. Okay, we got to talk about ghetto mayor / ghetto Thornton Township manager Tiffany Henyard, who is facing a lot of backlash for various reasons, mismanaging funds, funneling taxpayer dollars into her charity that is clearly and obviously being run by her.
Yep.
Now you have this allegation of sexual misconduct done by one of her employees against another employee, and allegations that she fired that employee who was a victim of the misconduct because Tiffany Henyard thought that it would look bad. Okay, it would not make her look good. It's something that would further damage her already pretty bad reputation. And yeah, you know, the citizens of Thornton / Dolton have had enough, okay? They're fed up. The residents are fed up with their town, their village, being the clown show of this country, okay? You have local news and even national news now covering the issues of this township. And basically, people are sick and tired of the excuses from Tiffany Henyard. And in a recent meeting where they're expressing their dissatisfaction and demanding answers from Tiffany Henyard, she's going to pull the race card as a way to try to deflect criticism. And the residents aren't going to have it, right? She's going to get booed into oblivion for trying to pull the race card during this meeting on her so-called black and brown community, right? It's pretty hilarious how that works. A Democrat reaches in their bag of tricks, okay, to deflect criticism by pulling the race card, and it got rejected real quick, right? So without further ado, let's actually play this clip.
My comment is public comment.
Grasping a gold microphone, Tiffany Henyard faced questions she, for the most part, refused to answer.
When you don't answer questions, there's something to hide.
No, Madam Supervisor, we are not brainwashed. We are fed up.
Henyard is under siege in both of the public offices she holds, Thornton Township Supervisor and Dolton Mayor. The most recent controversy involves a taxpayer-funded trip to Las Vegas, in which a Dolton trustee is accused of sexual misconduct against a village employee. The woman claims in a lawsuit she and a member of Henyard's security detail, who was also on the trip, faced retaliation after reporting it to Henyard. They claim she responded by saying if the information got out, Henyard would be ruined.
Because it's all about me. If the information gets out, that's gonna ruin me as the first black mayor, black female mayor. We supposed to be sticking together. You can ruin me if this get out. This ain't about me. I know it ain't about me. It's about you. But I'm just saying, if I can protect you, I gotta stay point. I can't lose my job. You can't embarrass me. I will cover this up. I will kill you. I will kill you. You never know what they said, what Tiffany Henyard said to her, man. I mean, straight up, she's acting like a straight up and down gangster, man. She's acting like a straight up gangster.
And all the work she had done would be lost.
As a black woman, I want to see you protect black women. And I haven't seen that, Tiffany, since you've been in office, even in Dolton.
And I understand.
You know, I love the woke card being pulled against Tiffany Henyard, right? Because again, you know, a lot of these so-called protect black women people, they don't really believe in protecting black women because they believe in protecting black women. They want to be tough old cry. Okay. And in a situation like that, where you have Me Too allegations, you have a woman, Tiffany Henyard, who happens to be black, who probably, you know, in any other circumstance that benefits her would be out here talking about how, oh, you know, I'm a black woman and how black women need to be protected. She is refusing to protect a black woman who allegedly was the victim of an assault. In fact, not only is she not protecting her, she's actually participating in the attack against her because she essentially fired the woman for speaking out.
And showed absolutely no consideration when she said it. Didn't acknowledge it or anything. Just going to say, but you, listen, if this information get out about me, I could be ruined. What the heck? What is this, a soap opera? I can be ruined. This ain't got a thing to do with you. Your trash ass officer did this to your employee. Your officer should be held accountable. Why are you trying to protect this goddaggone dude? What is it about y'all? What y'all got going on that you gotta protect this dude? If he did that trash mess, because no man should be doing, come on now, no man should be sexually assaulting a woman, period. At all. At all. For real, that's the most suckerest sugar honey iced tea that you can think of. A man doing something against a woman's will. Come on now. That's trash. And you claim you love black women? And you're gonna leave this black woman out there to dry? That makes sense? And then you fire her? This how much? Wait a minute. How much daggone material on this lady? How much proof do we need before she is in handcuffs, man?
Because she didn't want it to make her look bad. Okay. So, you know, This story is wild, okay? It is extremely, extremely, extremely frustrating in the sense that I do want the best for these people, but at the same time, I always have to fall back on, well, it was pretty obvious that this woman wasn't qualified to be in this position, and these people voted for it anyways. So, you know, I personally believe that you have to have liberals, okay? You have to have people suffer the consequences of their vote in order for them to actually understand that, hey, there are consequences that comes along with this, how painful it is to deal with this type of stuff. So I look at it as a growing pain, right? That's the way I look at it. Hopefully, in the future, when the next election comes up, these people decide to make a better choice, right? We'll see. Chicago didn't do that with Lori Lightfoot and Brandon Johnson, but, you know, we'll see. I got some hope,
That's not.
I'm glad you got some hope. I ain't got no hope. They voted like that last time. They're gonna vote like that this time. If you look online anywhere in any of these forums of these people who voted them in office and vote for Democrats, still vote blue no matter who, and ain't waking up, those are the real sleep ones for real. But they still got the same mentality as they had before, bruh.
I talk about an investigation while I was pending, but it wasn't pending until it was exposed. And she had to do it herself because you betrayed her.
WGN Investigates reported earlier this year Henyard and her allies in the township racked up more than $67,000 on travel in a several-month period last year. Many of the flights were first class. So were the accommodations. Henyard has never fully explained the spending and continues to say she's the victim of vicious opponents and racism.
We're here to help each other, not hurt each other. And it's a shame that us, I'm talking to my black and brown community.
Shut your black ass up. They bored the hell out of her. We have been teaching people how to grow online. It's been absolutely amazing. We have 3 people who have been able to reach monetization in less than 30 days. Growing YouTube channels, some from 0 people. We have one guy who had 2 subscribers before he started working with me. He started helping him. His views went up 4.8 million%. We're super excited. If anybody ever want to grow on YouTube, you reach out to me with the word coach.
Henyard had...
Oh my God, I love that. I absolutely love that. Nothing warms my heart than seeing so-called black and brown people reject the woke nonsense, right? You're seeing how it is now being weaponized in 2024 to deflect criticism. That is what it's always been about. It's always been about deflecting criticism. They will even use it against other so-called black and brown people to say, well, if you're white and you're attacking a so-called black and brown person, then that person's racist, okay? Ignore the allegations, ignore the substance of the attacks or the arguments. That's racist, right? So when it's a so-called black and brown person attacking another black and brown person, either they aren't actually black and brown or they're selling out their own community, right? Because you're not supposed to attack another black or brown person, even if that black or brown person is hurting you, even if they're running your city into the ground, even if they're using taxpayer dollars for corrupt reasons, okay? Even if they're doing all these things to hurt you, no, you can't call that person out because they're black and they're brown, right? You're on the same team.
You got to do it in private, at the private functions, behind the back. You heard about, you say something to her. No, I ain't gonna say nothing to her, but you say something to her. No, I ain't saying nothing to her. You say something to her. Don't nobody want to say nothing to her. And they ain't gonna speak up in public about it because, come on, we're not supposed to do that. That's what who gonna look out for us? We gotta look out for each other, man. Let's just turn our back on her quietly, right? Quietly, and let her continue to do what she do. The Lord gonna take care of this. You know, the Lord is gonna take care of this, all right? And God is gonna take care of it, but come on, you can't go idly by and act as if you don't see all of this BS that's going on under this lady's watch. And y'all not speaking up about it. Nobody's speaking up about it. But now y'all fed up. Like Greg said already, y'all tired of your city looking the way it's looking right now. Your county, your community looking the way it's looking right now. It's not looking good for y'all. And it's because of her. So y'all like, that I'm going to get up and I'm going to say something now. She can kiss my black.
I am so happy that people are finally understanding how the so-called black and brown, aka the race card, is used to deflect criticism. It's not used as a means of actually calling out real instances of hate and bigotry, which are few and far between. It quite simply is just used to deflect criticism. Don't criticize me, okay, because of my skin color. Because of my skin color, I cannot be held responsible for anything, right? I cannot be criticized. By definition, everything that I do, everything that I say is right in virtue of the fact that I am black and brown and I have a vagina, okay? That is what it is. That's what it is. And I'm glad that these residents aren't falling for it anymore, okay? They aren't falling for it anymore. The next step is when the election season comes around to realize that, hey, a candidate's qualifications have nothing to do with race or sex.
No. In communities like that, that's never going to change, Jack. It's never going to change. That's going to always be their mentality. In my opinion. All right. That's just my opinion, Greg. But I will say this, though. I hope that they'll look beyond that BS next time, because I know, I'm not going to say I know. I believe that that's what they're going to be looking for. They're going to be looking for another black woman to take over in her place. Because that's already a standard. They're going to be looking for another black woman specifically to take over. And that's when you know that they're not giving up this race thing at all, bro. At all. I need a black woman. That's the same thing that Charlemagne the God said to Joe Biden when he was running for president, right? Yeah, I remember when Joe Biden said, if you don't vote for me, then you ain't black. Well, in that same sitting, that's when Charlemagne y'all say he's no God, but that's his name, COG. That's when he said the black community need for you to pick a black woman running mate. That's what we need in order for us to support you. We need for you to pick a black woman running mate in order for us to support you. And that's when they went over to Howard University, the mecca of HBCUs, and they found somebody who went there, who claims to be black. Miss Soup, a salad.
Okay, do not go out here and vote for people because they say, hey, I'm a black woman, right? Don't do that, okay? Take race and sex out of your thought process when you go and vote for somebody. That is the next step. And eventually, this township / city will find themselves back on the right track, okay? But we'll see. We'll see.
Several supporters in the crowd, including anti-violence advocate Theo Hardiman, who offered himself up as a mediator.
This baby has not been charged with anything. Be ready to throw the baby away with the bathwater.
We've learned federal investigators have been sniffing around the South Suburban government's Henyard runs for months.
Yeah, that dude that was just now talking, he stood there for 3 minutes. 10 toes down, taking up for Tiffany Henyard. They was like, she paid you, you on the payroll, you family, you probably part of it too.
The Illinois Attorney General has also found Henyard's staff is violating open records laws by refusing to turn over financial records requested by WGN Investigates and others. It's unclear whether further action by the state AG or the feds is imminent.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that some action is imminent. I mean, all of these allegations against this woman, some got to stick, right? There's just too many. Eventually, something's going to stick and she's going to get nailed. The question is it going to be before pre-election time, right? That's what the real question is, okay? So with that being said, what doesn't give me much hope, right, in the future of the city is the fact that Lord Lightfoot, who is a corrupt mayor, a former mayor of Chicago, has been hired to investigate corrupt mayor of Dolton, Tiffany Henyard, right? So I reported on this before, okay, that this was a possibility, and now it's official, right? So let's learn about what's happening with the trustees that are revolting against Tiffany Henyard hiring Lord Lightfoot to come in and help them. I don't think that this is going to do much of anything, but they seem to be very desperate.
New tonight at 10, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot is taking on a new role.
She's been tasked with investigating possible financial misconduct by an embattled South Suburban mayor.
CBS 2's Maribel Gonzalez is live in Dolton for us tonight, where Lightfoot accepted this job a few hours ago. Maribel?
Yeah, Joe and Erica, Lightfoot was present at tonight's special meeting. Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard was not. Lightfoot says she is committed to getting down to the facts, and the Board of Trustees points to her experience as a federal prosecutor and private attorney to get the job done. A standing ovation Monday night from Dolton residents as former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot accepts her appointment as special investigator.
The residents of Dolton deserve nothing less than a government that is fully accountable, responsive, transparent, and effective stewards of your precious tax dollars.
The village board retaining Lightfoot at a rate of $400 an hour to investigate Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard on allegations of misuse of village money, claims Henyard has repeatedly denied.
Low key, I can't help but to think that hiring Lori Lightfoot is also a misuse of taxpayer money. $400 an hour. $400 an hour. You know what I think, guys? And this is an out there prediction. This is a wild prediction, but I think this is going to happen, okay? Because Thornton Township, okay, let's take away the new kind of resolution or ordinance that was passed to basically lower the salary of the new mayor. But this job, this woman is getting paid to be the supervisor of Thornton and the mayor of Dolton. She's getting paid, what, $250,000, $300,000 a year?
Yep.
I feel like Lori Lightfoot is probably looking at this job and licking her chops. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are looking at this job and they're saying, I can get paid more than the governor. Right? I can get paid more than the attorney general. I can get a bag. I can get a big bag being the mayor of Dolton and the supervisor of Thornton Township. Clearly, these people just allow, people like Tiffany Henyard to just come in and take over and to, get paid this massive amount of money. I mean, her predecessor got paid a massive amount of money as well, too.
But they do have it documented that she has it, that any people who come after her are not supposed to get paid, are supposed to get paid 20% less than she. Whatever is 20% less of what she gets paid now, which will be if she's making $300,000 or close to that, let's say $60,000, $54,000 is 20% of that. That's what somebody will be paid according to the documentation that was read earlier this year, when they very first started to look into all the BS that she was a part of.
So I think that you have politicians that are licking their chops to come in and take down this woman, to overthrow this woman and to get this job.
Oh, yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Lori Lightfoot,
Letitia James,
tries to run for office in this area. Wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, governor.
Wouldn't be surprised. And this could be a part of her campaign. She's going to come in and fix it, even though she's not going to do anything but write a report. I don't think it has any legal weight or any legal authority. She's just going to say, well, I think she's corrupt, or I don't think she's corrupt.
She's going to say, I don't think she's corrupt. She's going to slap on her wrist and she's going to protect her as a black woman. You already know what side she on. She's on Tiffany Henyard's side. That's not going to change. Y'all already know that's not going to change, right? This is not going to be no free and clear investigation. Come on now. She's going to make sure that she looks out for her. Listen, there's some things that I gotta, you was kind of messy with the spending and whatnot. Can we blame this on your assistant? We can blame it on your assistant? Okay, cool. We'll blame that on your assistant, because it was from all of the money she was spending for her hair. She had $900 for her hair. Then 2 weeks later, it's $1,300 for her hair. Then 2 weeks later, it's $1,700 for her hair. Then 2 weeks later, it's $13 for her hair. Not even mentioning every single week, like 2 or 3 times a week, she's eating at 5-star restaurants, 4 and 5-star restaurants, steak and shrimp and lobster every single day, and noodles, huh? And then not to mention, in between those times, she was catching flights to daggone Vegas and other places, flying first class, her and her assistant. She was getting to that. She was spending a lot of money that did not belong to her. So Lori Lightfoot is going to have to, she's going to have to acknowledge all those things, but she is being sent in there to protect her. That's just what I think. I honestly believe that they're probably saying, listen, we need to hurry up and pick somebody for her that's going to protect her, because if they try to pick somebody on that other side, then they're going to get somebody who's going to bury this young lady, and this young lady need to be protected, because come on, man. That's why Roland Martin not talking about her, and Roland Martin talks about everybody. This is a much bigger story than most things that are out there right now. Like, this is nuts, man. Anyway.
Like, that's what she's going to do. I'm not sure exactly what the point of this is.
She's going to protect her.
I think it's more about, I think, networking and establishing that connection with Lori Lightfoot that could potentially benefit her in the future, right? I think it's all about political connections at this point. And I mean, you know, for as much as I don't like Lori Lightfoot, there's no doubt she's a power player. I mean, you have to be a power player in order to become the mayor of Chicago.
Have tried lawsuits. All it has done is rack up more attorney's fees. Hiring Mayor Lightfoot to do a prompt investigation will lead the board to where they need to go as to the next step.
We feel this option will give us an independent process.
Among other accusations made by the village trustees, that Henyard has allegedly overpaid some vendors and hired contractors without board approval.
And we now $7 million plus in debt. We're bleeding right now, and bleeding leads to death. And this is death of a community.
Lightfoot will also be tasked with investigating claims of sexual misconduct that allegedly occurred during a trip to Las Vegas in May of last year, reportedly paid for in part with village funds. A former Dolton employee is accusing a board trustee of the assault.
Motion passed.
Monday night, the board also overriding Mayor Henyard's veto during a March meeting of a resolution to investigate her spending. Now, some Dolton residents question the hefty price tag that could come with appointing Lightfoot. The board says that it will reevaluate her work and check in with residents at the $30,000 mark. Lightfoot is expected to start her investigation as soon as tomorrow.
Yeah, so easy bag, right?
Easy
bag for Lori Lightfoot.
Okay. She gonna take her time too, man. Thank you, Greg, for that one right there, man. That was dope. Let me hear what he has to say.
Easy bag. I don't think anything's gonna come out of this, right? I personally think that they're just gonna have to vote this woman out of office before anything actually comes of this situation. I mean, the feds seem to be moving slow. The attorney general, you know, moving slow. Maybe they're building a case. Okay, I'm just saying I don't know. Okay, but I don't think that this move is going to move the needle except for Lori Lightfoot's political career, which, again, like I said, this township, this city, it seems like it is ripe for the picking, okay, when it comes to some power player moving in and taking over and then, you know, again, getting a big bag, right, which I think is kind of what's going on here, but I could be wrong. I'm just making an out there prediction that don't be surprised if Lori Lightfoot all of a sudden is running against Tiffany Henyard. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like.
I mean, I'm going to just say this, man. If she ends up running against Lori Lightfoot, then that will tell me that justice has not been done for her. Come on now. Come on, man. There's not enough information yet to get her up out of here. There's not. So what have I been hearing? Rumors about all the money trail and the assault? Her firing somebody who was sexually assaulted? Is that rumors? I don't think so. But they got to send in an investigator, somebody getting paid $400 an hour to investigate, allegedly, Tiffany Henyard. When they're on their same side, they are sent in there to protect the black woman because this black woman said, y'all don't protect me. Here's the thing that we're not discussing. Here's the thing I believe we're not discussing. The thing we're not discussing is the fact that, and this is just my opinion, it's just my opinion, I believe that her balls were so big because she's been given the green light by people who are higher than her. That's why I think she was moving the way that she was moving. It's like somebody that says that no matter what you do, you're going to be fine. I got you. I don't care. Spend what you're going to spend, whatever. Just, you know, try to stay out of trouble. All right? Just try. But we got you. I think her balls was that big to make the moves that she was making and to have such a ridiculous attitude that she had because whoever was controlling the puppet strings just did not care. It was like, have fun down there. Now they send in Lori Lightfoot to investigate. Come on, man. This is a waste of time, bro. And a waste of Dalton's money. This is a waste of Dalton's money.